It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. I'm Alex Escobar here with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Happy Saturday. Also, happy Fiesta, everybody.
And were you going to say happy, sunny, pleasant day, or what?
Oh, happy, cloudy, breezy, rainy day.
I'm very happy. It's raining. Well, it was raining when I came up here.
Yeah, it was raining to the west when I drove in, too.
I got here around 10:30, and it was a pretty heavy mist down here, here at Milberger's.
Oh, was it? I had to put the windshield wipers on high earlier on the way up here, but then it's gone.
It's gone, but we still have some...
Do you see any rain here?
No rain at the moment, but definitely some heavy winds. But I know later tonight there should be a better chance of rain.
And lots of folk... Well, the weather changed significantly, and lots of folks wish they had more jackets and sweaters on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Milberger's.
I was going to say, I knew it was going to change. Now, I admit, I have a long-sleeve T-shirt on, but I'm getting... kind of cold. I thought I probably should have added another layer. Alex, what's your excuse?
I woke up this morning. It felt very humid, so I was like, I knew it was going to get windy. I didn't know it was going to get cold, but it's very comfortable right now.
And it's very comfortable here on the porch.
Yes.
So come on by. It's very comfortable here.
Yeah, come on.
And lots of new plants. Some of those significant. In my article, we talked about it's time for the monarchs to be here. And we talked about the current situation, 2 classes that remain to be that you can attend. So lots of things to talk about. The zinnias, Dreamland zinnias are back.
I'm yelling from the tables. Calvin, look! Calvin, look! We got zinnias.
And then there's some nice-looking tropical milkweeds there. They're not in bloom yet, but the foliage is wonderful. If the monarchs come through and see that foliage, they'll be laying eggs on it for sure.
Now I also see some mistflower, which is also important.
Is that blooming?
Well, there's some on the very end.
Oh, yeah, it's right on the edge.
Yeah, the edge there. But that is a very important nectar source. Or I should say, they love this one. I don't know if it's an important one, but they do love the mistflower.
Well, at that last class that I was involved with, the monarch and milkweed, we talked about nectar sources, and for the first time in the discussions, we spent a lot of time on queen butterflies, and the mistflower was identified as one of the favorite nectar source for queen butterflies in the summertime, because the monarchs aren't here, but the queens just cover it. I understand. So, but yeah, it is a favorite, especially the Greg's, because it starts to bloom early.
Yeah, and we have some here. So think about putting that in your garden. As well as the zinnias, and there's some pintas. I saw we had half a table full of pintas.
Yeah, and there's only about 1,000 lantanas here.
That's all?
About at least what?
I don't know, maybe 900. I don't know about 1,000.
Six different selections.
Yes.
And of course, lots of salvias. Ruellias, plumbagos over there.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of perennials to choose from and a lot of annual color. If you want it, we have it here at Millburgers. And we also have something on sales.
We have
right, Alex?
We absolutely do. I don't see a sale for them, but we do have a large selection of roses here at Millburgers. That includes the knockouts, the modern hybrid teas, floribundas, multiflora, grandifloras, climbers, and many more.
They also have drifts.
They have what?
Plenty of drift roses that I was looking at earlier today, earlier this morning.
Look at that. He got quite a load of golden lantanas.
New gold lantanas and some. I don't know. If
Marigolds.
Marigolds. That's what it was. Yeah, I couldn't tell.
What is that? Can you hear that?
What's that?
Yeah, that's me.
The wind?
No. I can hear me talking. So yeah, I could hear me doing that.
So we have a large selection of roses, and right now, is it a good time to plant roses?
Oh yeah, it's a good time. They're also on display. A lot of flowers. Now they take a little siesta during this middle of the summer, when it gets really hot. But right now it's a good time.
Absolutely. We also have coleus on sale. 4-inch pot regularly $179, on sale 8 for $12.
Well, and over there, you're talking about coleus. It's only about 40 feet of table over there with coleus, and then there's about 3 times that much with begonias. Every color of leaf and bloom of the wax leaf begonias that you can think of. Was one of the best plants for the shade. They look kind of delicate, but they really aren't. They let you know if they need water, and they're not frail. They don't wilt. They just turn a little off color and say, "All right, it's time to give me some water. We're ready for action here."
And both of those are both shade plants, the coleus and begonias. And speaking of begonias are also on sale in a 4-inch pot, regularly $179, on sale 8 for $12. So yes, we have a lot for sale here at Millburgers. And give us a call at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867.
We have a steady supply of staff coming by.
Yes.
Calvin was very generous in providing donuts today. And
what is making all that?
Oh, do you think that's that? That's the background? Okay. Anyway, you're very generous today. Staff is much appreciative. You brought some donuts.
Well, yeah, we had a cowboy breakfast event at my neighborhood, and as normal, we had a lot excess supply of wonderful things to eat. So I latched on to some to brag away down here.
We're all very thankful here.
But, and there's a lot of action in town. Fiesta.
Oh, yes, there is.
And I understand there's a playoff tournament that's our San Antonio Spurs.
It hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah.
Almost 7 years. It's like the biblical year of Jubilee. We're coming in. We're going to win it all.
But did you notice too? I got some questions on bougainvillea, but there's a lot of bougainvillea for sale.
Yeah.
Different sizes.
So I think it was like last week or the week before I noticed that. I went, oh my. Because stepping by the cashier, and there's 3 or 4 different varieties, or colors, I should say. And then I turned around, and they had hanging baskets and topiary on the bougainvilleas. All colors, the traditional hot pink that San Antonio likes, but there's also purple there. A lot of people love the purple. And there's pink and a variegated one. But bougainvilleas are an easy South Texas plant to grow.
Well, but
but with some
it's
stipulations.
easy if you know the rules.
Yeah. With some stipulations. Yeah.
Well, the two that I always remember are they need to be root bound to bloom well, which is strange. It's not something, because one of our first reactions always is, well, they're not blooming, so let's put them they're in this little teeny container. Let's put them in a bigger container, and that's kiss of death. They just say, all right, we'll just grow some more. Then the other thing is that you do not water them until they're dry. And I don't know, Mark, I always say that if you can go down 1.5 inches and they're dry, then I guess you can water them.
Or I say if we go down 1.5 inches and it's dry, still wait a week.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt for sure. And usually their soil is well drained, so you're not. Well, I take that back, because it doesn't take much to stop that bloom if you water them too much.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's the first, when somebody says, "Well, my bougainvillea never blooms," the first thing you look for is the soil soggy, because that's another reaction when things don't bloom. People think it must need more water, but bougainvillea, that's not the case. You want root bound, and you want dry tendency, and of course full sun.
Yeah.
Full sun. No shade for the bougainvillea.
I would probably tell people don't use a traditional planting mix. Maybe use a cactus blend.
Yeah.
Now they say, well, why? That's for drainage. I said, man, it doesn't decompose. They usually use more sand and more hard material as opposed to perlite and organic matter. So that might be a way to go. You can always add a little organic matter later on. But bougainvilleas like a little abuse, and so full sun, water immoderately, and
if you're inclined to water, like Mark says, that's a good thing. Wait another week period,
and fertilize sparingly. How about that?
Yeah. Now, I always used to, for years, I said, well, don't bother fertilization. But actually, the fertilization doesn't hurt it if you don't go overboard.
Right.
You don't want to stimulate a lot of vegetative growth, but you want a little bit of growth. Then the other that pruning of those the ends of the stems is a good strategy too, a good tactic, because that stimulates some new sprouts in each direction, and so you get more bloom areas. Well, they're actually not bloom areas.
Yeah, that's why I'm smiling. Those are actually bracts, I believe, or leaves. Now all of a sudden I got a kind of thought in my mind that I may be wrong on that. But anyway, it's not a flower.
That's right.
That's the main thing. So what's the Christmas plant? With the
poinsettia?
Poinsettia, same thing. Same type of thing. Those aren't really flowers. Those are bracts that are turning colors. So
colorful leaves, maybe. Huh?
Modified leaves. How about we do that? Somebody call, help Mark out. Remember what those colorful leaf things are on our on the bougainvillea.
Well, as long as we're in that kind of a mode, Mark, I had at the event I was at this morning, I had a attendee say, "Calvin, tell me again what that yellow blooming plant out in your front yard is that the deer don't eat, and it's real drought tolerant." Do you remember what I could
No,
not.
this is one that you always forget, and I forget.
Oh,
And
maybe
it's Thrialis.
That's
Thrialis?
it.
Yeah.
I kept thinking it was started with an S, but it's Thrialis.
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 It's a
no,
wonderful.
no. It's now I write it down sometimes because both you and I forget, and then I say, "Oh yeah, what's that? Oh yeah, really drought tolerant, really beautiful, loves the heat. Deer don't touch." Well,
That's
And
good
it's
to
a
know.
good companion plant for our. Oh gosh, now I can't remember the other one with the blooms. Nugo.
yeah. Well,
New
the
Gold's-
lantana. It's good for lantana. You may want a different color because it's yellow. So the trailing lantana or
Let's see,
some
we
of the
got
salvias.
Poincianas out there.
Yeah.
And what is the other one? Can you think of it?
I'll make it.
It's the one.
So it's the four that I like. It's Pride of Barbados, Esperanza,
Esperanza is what I was trying to think.
and specifically, now I'm going to have to think about it. The specific selection of Esperanza. Texas Star or something like that. Esperanza.
It'll come to us.
It'll
Yeah.
come to us. Well, 210-308-8867. We have Bert on the line. Bert, how are we doing today?
Help us, Bert.
Thank you very much. And
you.
I wanted to just say right off the bat, just a shout out to everybody that gives back all the information that they know. And I heard it last weekend when I said it. Somebody came up and said about the 4-inch plates and collecting rain. And I appreciate very much, and I'm thankful and very grateful that people listen to us and talk back with us.
What was it? What
Talk
was
back.
the point, Bert?
Yeah, talk back at us.
Yeah, my father
Well,
used
they
to
talk-
say, "Don't you dare talk back at me."
Now you sound Calvin, you're starting to sound like the old cranky one.
Yeah. Well, you got the old part right for sure. Yeah. Oh, but Bert, what was
I
that?
just wanted to say- I
Repeat
just
what
wanted
you
to say
said.
Thank you to everybody that gives all their knowledge and their learnings that comes back to us. But also, I was listening to the what was that vine that son of a gun, the one that I like very good.
The wine?
No, vine.
Oh,
Oh,
fine. So, yeah, you and I have talked, or we've talked about the butterfly vine, the star jasmine or Confederate jasmine, cross vine, and Queen's crown or Queen's wreath.
Yeah, coral vine or
Coral
Queen's
vine.
crown. Yeah, Queen's crown.
Oh yes, I love the coral vines. They're great. They're just beautiful. I mean, like if you like red plants, you got to really love the coral vine.
And if you like bees and other pollinators, because they're unbelievable, the bees that those things attract.
Really, I didn't know that very
Oh,
much.
gosh,
Dr.
yeah.
Calvin.
In my experience, it's the vine, and I think probably the plant that attracts the most pollinators. As far as in my experience, it's unbelievable. But they don't
Well, I
seem to
wonder-
be aggressively stinging anybody. They're too busy taking advantage of that wonderful nectar.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Also, it's just like you said when I talked to you about the yellow European golden wasp last year. I appreciate them because that's what I learned from them in the last year, that they actually like human beings. They like being around us.
Yeah, that could be true. They don't seem to be much interested in attacking or competing or anything.
No, they're just very good. It's like And I know a lot of people like, why do you have wasps around your door? I was like, I don't bother them. That's what you told me also.
Yeah,
I don't bother them. They don't bother me.
Right, and they serve a purpose. They are carnivorous, and they'll take out larvae, caterpillar larvae. Unfortunately, they've taken out monarch larvae, as we have been told.
Almost. We witnessed almost.
but beetles and caterpillars and things like that, they do a good job.
Well, no, it's like I said. It's like, look, I do my studies. I'm not. I am teetotally crazy, but I do love my insects and my bugs, and I learn which ones are beneficial and which ones are detrimental.
Yeah.
So anyway, did y'all get any rain out there today?
We got some more rain. We all of us experienced more rain on the way here than we did here.
Well, I heard you were saying about you had to put your windshield wipers on like high speed and stuff like that.
Well,
but I know it's
moderate speed, not high speed.
Well, I switched vehicles I was going to take my pickup truck, then I remembered, well, my windshield wipers don't function the best, and I says, wow, I don't know if I want to get in that threatened rainstorm with that, and so I took the different vehicle, and the rain after about 6 minutes on the road, there was no more rain. But
well, that's what I just wanted to say. Like, I want to just do a shout out to everybody that listens to this program, because we all do give good feedback to each other, and I thank you all for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bert.
yeah, that's half the fun of with our listeners, is because we do share information, and then I don't want to say it's because Mark and I forget a lot of things, but
you can say that.
Yeah, y'all just have a lot of information stored up there. Well, thank you, Bert. We're going to take a quick break.
Thanks, Bert. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We touched base a little while on the coleus and begonias as they're shade-loving plants. When it comes to shade plants compared to full sun, is there any specific care that shade plants need more than, I guess, plants that are more sun-loving?
Just the shade.
Just the shade.
Shade. Well, I was thinking the same thing Calvin was. Well, shade, Alex. But
I guess
a lot
like,
times you don't have to put as much water down, and you can or you can extend the interval between waterings with the shade plants. Doesn't mean they don't need water.
Just not as much.
Just not as
frequent.
much. It's combination of effects that they are more adaptable to less water. More importantly, the environmental conditions themselves lend to less water evaporation or transpiration. So you just don't need as much out there. So sun, hot sun, you're going to have a lot of evaporation, and therefore you're going to have some more water. On the other hand, a lot of sun-adapted plants are adapted to hot, dry conditions, so they may not. You always have to watch the water for them as well. Definitely on shade, they don't need as much.
One of those that is the strangest to accommodate is pentas, and they're worth accommodating because they're really attractive plants, unbelievable for the color, the pink, white, red, lavender. and we think of them as a shade plant, and in fact we use them for a shade plant, and then we brag on their attractiveness to the pollinators because they're almost in the same league as zinnias and mist flowers. Nah, not quite, but close. Because they're always mentioned by Gaeta Jilski and all the butterfly
aficionados, authors, experts.
But the strange thing about them is that they do best if they get most of the time is in shade, but that they get 2 hours of sun every day, and that sun can even be the hottest part of the afternoon sun, or it can be the hottest part of the morning sun, the end of the morning sun, and those do better in terms of blooms and growth than those that get all shade. So it's kind of, I know some gardeners get a little confused by it. Is this a shade-loving plant or is it a sun-loving plant? But
it's both.
Yeah, it does best with a little touch of sun. As well, it's more than a touch. 2 hours of afternoon sun is pretty significant.
Oh, yeah.
But they are, the pentas do require, they're not nearly as water tolerant as the begonias are, but they do pretty well in terms of drought tolerance.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Calvin, you touched base a little bit that you have 2 more monarch and milkweed classes coming up. One especially coming up this Thursday.
That's right, over there in Wilson County in Floresville. And I was alerted by the master gardeners that are sponsoring it that the address in the paper here, even to today's column, is not correct. They're going to be at the meeting on Thursday at 6 p.m. is going to be at the on Highway 181. It's one of the headquarters.
4th Street. There you go. I read it in the newspaper here. So at the AgriLife Extension Center, 1103 4th Street.
It's not.
It's not.
No, it's not at the AgriLife. It's at the. That's why I couldn't think of. It's one of the federal. We'll have to get somebody to call because it's one of the other government buildings in the area on Highway 181.
Oh, directly right on 181.
Yeah, it's close to that area.
Okay.
And of course, if you call that phone number that is given, we'll tell you what that is. They'll alert you to which building it is, or just call the Extension Service office in Wilson County in Floresville, and they'll tell you too. But we'll do our best to get that corrected. I thought I wrote it down, but I can't find the address, the corrected address now.
Yes, you could find out. The number to call is 830-299-0069.
And that's especially important because of this little mix-up in the building. And I don't think they're very far apart. And, of course, Floresville is not an overwhelming metropolitan center. But
so they have at least 4 streets that we know.
Yeah.
Maybe even 5.
Maybe 5. Well, they got the date wrong last week and the address wrong this week. So,
you're right. That's strange.
But yes, the number to call again is 830-299-0069. The date is Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m.
And then The last class we're offering this spring on the monarchs and the milkweed is on May 2nd, and that's in New Braunfels. And that's at 9:30 in the morning on Saturday morning, like basically our normal time. And that is in the New Braunfels area, close to Highway 46. And
what's it? Resource Road. What's it?
Is it 325?
Resource Drive.
325 Resource Drive, New Braunfels, Texas.
And what's the phone number there?
830-620-3440. Again, this is the number for the New Braunfels class. 830-620-3440.
And it's a good idea to call and verify all that information. Let them know that you're just checking on us. The unreliable radio and newspaper people here. But also, when you pre-register like this, it guarantees that you'll be one of those attendees who receives germinated plant of native milkweed, and also some stratified seed, and that's something different we're trying. This series of classes. This seed has been refrigerated and sterilized, and the idea there is to make it so it's more likely to germinate. You know, we talk about when wildflowers are normally this way, that not all of them germinate at one time, and that's a survival mechanism, so that there's always some seed that are available under every type of conditions to germinate. Well, what we're after now is to get a mass germination of the seed that's available. So we're stratifying it, and then we're packaging it. Now, we're not giving you a lot of seed. We're going to give you free seed, of course, but a small number, one of those native milkweeds, and then we want you to go ahead and plant it directly in the landscape. And so we can see, we suspect that if the germination is generally higher than the transplanting success. So if it's normal, 50% of the seed will germinate, and then we don't have to put up with the transplanting losses. Transplanting losses generally fall to about 10% of the seed survive transplanting. So we're seeing if this strategy works better than trying to start the plants in a container and then transplanting. Now you'll have those two choices if you want, but that is what we're about, and we're also trying something different in terms of data collection. It's getting harder and harder to communicate with folks, and especially to collect data on basically a research project like this by the phone. And so what we're doing, we're giving an envelope with the address on it, and a data sheet in there so you can fill it out and just mail it. You'll have to provide the stamp. And send it in to us to let us know when the seeds germinated, whether you've seen any monarch action, if you're able to take any photos of it, and when did it die, if it did die, and so it's important information. And even if you'd prefer a different mechanism, there also will be my internet address on there, so that you can send it by the data by computer on this data sheet too, if you would prefer that. That's much easier than to connect on the phone. And then I don't understand it because the gardeners, they don't just stand by the phone and wait until we give them a call and have their data absolutely ready.
Well,
You know.
I can't understand something else than a clipboard and a piece of paper attached to the clipboard. I just don't know how to collect my information otherwise.
Yeah, so we're trying a lot of different techniques, and what we're trying, our goal is, of course, to improve our ability to support the monarch population and reduce any reduction in the population. And you can be an important part of that, we think, just by helping us explore the best ways to grow milkweed and also to get more milkweed available in our backyard gardens.
Mm-hmm.
If you got any questions, go ahead and give us a call, and we'll discuss it here on the air. Or, better yet, go to the class.
Yes.
Either the Floresville class or the New Braunfels class. And there's even another information source, isn't there, on the website for Milberger's has got that data, I believe.
Yes, it has that information at millburgernursery.com. That's millburgernursery.com. And then also give us a call at 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867.
Hey, let's get you on the radio. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Pull that microphone right up
here.
there.
We have a question.
Yeah.
What? Tell us. Describe it again.
It's like a...
Go ahead.
Describe it on the mic.
Describe it right on the microphone there.
The dark green hedges with the little purple flowers on the end of them.
Dark green hedges.
So it's not the gray one like the Sneezo.
No.
Purple one. So it could be waxleaf gustrum. I'm trying to think of a purple flowered hedge.
Not these guys.
No. You're talking about a hedge, right?
Yeah.
A big hedge.
How about the? Oh gosh, the Texas.
Texas sage?
No. I asked him. It said no, not in the Sneezo, right? Not the little.
I don't know what they're called.
Oh, okay.
Not Sneezo, but the one that we pruned back for the pollinators, and it's called Texas.
The
Texas
Vitex?
lilac. Vitex, yeah.
Does it have a leaf that looks like
it's
this?
Not Vitex, is it?
No? Okay. Oh, you got a picture there. Show Calvin.
Let's
What's
see.
that?
I didn't.
Maybe from this distance it looks like green shade Sneezo. Yeah. Either Sneezo or lavender, but I'm thinking this is Sneezo. Can I open it up like this?
Full sun, drought.
Yeah, this is a full sun. I think this is Sneezo.
The bloom is not. The bloom comes when before it's gonna rain, or.
Yeah, like it comes out only in a seasonally, but the rest of the year it's all just green.
Yeah. Real drought tolerant. There's 5 or 6 different selections.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Where are they?
The leaf is not exactly right, and the flower is not exactly right, but sure does look like Sneezo.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else that would be other than some weird lilac or something, which wouldn't grow here.
You do grow here?
So a lilac would not grow here.
Okay.
So that's kind of what it looks like. But Sneezo would be the best option to give you that color. and in full sun, and a hedge.
Okay. So where can I find those at?
Okay. So well, find one of the staff because they're located. I can go like this. They're located over there. So find a staff. It says an M and an L on the corner. Oh, see that guy in the pink shirt? That's the guy you want right there. Okay.
All righty. Thank you, sir. So he was looking for hedges.
I should say it's salmon.
Salmon?
The salmon
the
shirt.
salmon shirt, yes.
Not
Yes.
a pink one. It's salmon.
So we had a guest come up looking for specific hedges for their house.
Yeah, so it was a hedge. Well, it wasn't a photo of something local. Mm-hmm. It was off like Shutterstock or
right.
What's the other, Getty, and it looked like Cenizo. But I have my doubts on that. I think it was actually either azaleas or lilacs. Well, neither one of them will grow. I was looking in the background trees, and it wasn't from around here.
Gotcha.
So, but to give him what he wanted in those characteristics, then it would be a Cenizo. Now, actually, I would recommend Green Cloud. Especially that's a variety or selection of a Cenizo, and they tend to have green foliage as opposed to gray or silver, and they tend to grow a little bit bigger. So that's Green Cloud. So if we had Green Cloud, that's what I would have told them to get. But I sent them over to Nelson.
So I think he pointed them that way. I saw them heading towards the back.
So that's what I said. As I can tell you, General. They're that way, behind me. I don't know where. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to show us a photo of what you want, we'll come up and show us the photo, and we'll tell you what it is, or what we think it is, or what you should plant instead that will give you what that is.
Yes. So yes, come up to the patio. Can ask that question, or if you have a good description while listening, you can call us at 210-308-8867. Can't hear?
There you go.
Can you hear?
Can't just say.
Are you plugged in? Are you turned on?
Better if I turned it on?
Yeah, that would be better.
Oh yeah. Now it's too loud.
Now it's too loud. But yes, any questions, any pictures you want to show us, come on up to the patio. And if you have a good description while you're listening, give us a call at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Speaking of shrubs, we have viburnum on sale here at Millburgers. Number 3 regularly $24.99, on sale $16.88.
Now there's a lot of different viburnums. They're all the way up there to 15, 16 feet tall, down to a couple feet tall. Shade tolerant, the deer don't eat them. Most of them bloom and then have berries that the birds like. So it's kind of an interesting. It's also Mark advocates this combination of different shrubs, and
is that you?
Those combination of viburnum shrub kind of fit that situation pretty well, because they all have the same tolerances and are attractive and do well together.
Yeah.
So
they're an excellent one. And this morning I was happy to read Neil Sperry. I always read Neil Sperry underneath. After I first read Calvin's, and then I read Neil Sperry's. So I'm always looking at something to trip him up. Well, today he actually advocated the same thing I did. Somebody was asking about my hedge.
That's scary.
Yeah, I know it is.
Check that out.
Yeah, I know. It says I had to do a double take, almost a spit take in my coffee there. But someone wanted a hedge along a long fence row, and he said, well, it's much better to do kind of a zigzag pattern. I don't say exactly a zigzag, but certainly you want offsetting lines of not only different species but of different sizes. So I looked at it this morning and went, oh my, be still my heart. Newsbury's agreeing with me. Wow. Okay.
Well, we tease about Neil but his guidebook is one of the best resources around, and he has a long history of giving good advice, and it is a kind of maybe a little more traditional than ours.
Yes.
And he's an advocate for healthy, prosperous lawn grass, and but great gardener, and has been a valuable addition for a lot of years in our, both in the newspaper and in throughout the media outlets in the state of Texas.
So, yeah, what I always like to say, 10 years ago, he goes, Mark, you should be on the radio. And here I am now.
Here you are.
But anyway, so the two books that you should always have in your library regarding your garden and your landscaping is one, Neil Sperry's Texas Gardening, and Dr. Sam Cotner, Vegetable Gardening in Texas. Those are the two books you really should have in your library.
Well, gosh, if we're going to make a list here, we got...
I'm just going to start it. You should have two, but if you want more...
Yeah. Well, the one that we have here at Milberger's that we always advocate is Greg Grant's book on landscaping. And the neat thing about that is, besides Greg's writing and his photography, is that it breaks down these landscaping issues into to doable parts. And so it's really a kind of a neat resource book. Next time you're here at Milberger's looking for begonias or lantanas, take a look at that Greg Grant's book. And we also need to congratulate Greg for he received his PhD just recently, so we're pretty proud of that. And he was the county extension agent here in Bexar County. Must have been 30 plus years. It was before me, so 30 plus years ago.
Yeah. I forgot the original one, but it was Doug Welsh. Greg Grant.
Yeah, perennial garden color was Doug.
No. That's William Welsh. Welch. This is Doug Welsh.
Oh.
And then Greg Grant, and then you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was here.
What an illustrious bunch, huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I was here to witness it all. But yes, in fact, I looked at it this morning when I came early, and that's Texas Home Landscaping, Greg Grant and Roger Holmes, 48 unique designs for your landscape for you to choose from. And as Calvin said, the really nice thing about that book is how Greg really reduces each step to small bite-sized pieces, and it's easy to chew and it's easy to get out and do. You're not overwhelmed by the whole vastness of the project.
Yeah, you can prioritize which part of your landscape you want to work on first, and works especially well if you're into like gift certificates and doing the landscape as a long-term project.
Absolutely. Well, all right, we're hitting the top of the hour. We're going to be back in 2 minutes with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We're back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas, live from Millburgers Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. It feels like the wind's been picking up this past hour. The temperature's definitely dropping from earlier this day.
Yeah, some of the staff are adding additional layers. I was joking with them just a minute ago.
The wind is not a problem when we're on the porch here, but
No, we're great.
but the temperature is dropping.
Temperature's dropping. Plants are also falling from what I'm seeing from the strong winds.
So the wind is coming. We have the building to protect us,
Yes.
and the wind is whipping around, and we're just, it's not so bad. I could tolerate this. This is not so bad.
So yes, if you're out there and you're having heavy winds in your area, make sure to keep an eye out on your plants. And also give us a call at 210-308-8867.
Well, let's remind everybody, too, that it's a good time to fertilize your lawn.
Absolutely.
Especially after we've had a little bit of rain. And in most cases, the lawn grass has now been mowed at least twice so that it fits our little riddle about telling us when it is time to fertilize. Yeah. And we generally recommend that 1959, a slow-release lawn fertilizer. I guess it's on sale.
It is on
sale item.
Wait, could you hear my finger hitting the top of the table?
Yes. Yes.
But the 50% of the nitrogen is fast release and 50% slow release. It also includes, of course, phosphorus and potassium. But what it does, it also includes, which is not usual in some of these fertilizers, is that it's got some iron and it's got some sulfur in there to help make a more complete nutritional package for the lawn.
Yes,
and we recommend you fertilize now and then one other time in the fall usually. And some folks will fertilize, especially if you got Bermuda grass, and you can irrigate.
Yeah.
Then you might want to fertilize one more time, but I generally recommend it two times.
What's that?
Do you know sign language?
No, I do not.
Okay. I was making a J, so you probably do it in June.
June. All right. But yes, Millburgers Premium Lawn and Garden Fertilizer, 40-pound bag, which covers 7,600 square feet, only $49.99.
It also works well for the vegetable garden and for the flower garden and shrubs and trees. Mark, when do we debate between the fall and the spring on the February?
On the trees, yeah. So two major schools of thought across the country. One is you do it in the fall, and the other is you do it in early spring, and then another group saying you should do it in May.
The trees.
Yeah, it's for the trees. And I just kind of go down the middle and go, well, a little bit in May and a little bit in the fall would be very wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So it is available right now. And as Calvin mentions, the 1959 is an excellent general use for lawn, beds, and trees, and vegetables even. But not so much. More like the plants.
And it's a general recommendation we make when you're preparing your soil in your vegetable or your flower garden.
There you go.
Basically 10 cups of the 1959 per 100 square feet of bed is a good preparation at the start. It's also good way to prepare your if you're putting in new sod. Now we're kind of leery of recommending much new grass, lawn grass, in the middle of this drought and drought restrictions. But that also is a positive factor if you do put in a new lawn, that you prepare, go ahead and fertilize before the sod is put down. And it's also, we're getting time to go ahead and seed. If you're going to seed Bermuda grass, May 1st is kind of always a target date for seeding Bermuda grass. And I think we have, I don't remember which selections we have here at Millburgers, but we usually have at least a couple of choices on Bermuda grass seed. And the thing about Bermuda grass seed is that it's if you do it when the weather's right and the soil temperature is right, it's up, and you can be mowing, and you may be mowing in 3 weeks. Yeah, and then you've got the grass in place.
That's unique thing about Bermuda grass is a lot of people from other parts of the country, they're going, oh, you have to like to plant the seed as soon as possible in the springtime. Actually, Bermuda grass wants it hot. The hotter, the better.
You're wasting your time if you plant it too early.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it won't come up eventually, but it means that's not all of it will be coming up, and it's best to wait until the timing, like the May 1st timing, is perfect.
Conversely, if it's really hot and you want to plant some seed, stick with the really hot weather seeds, either Bermuda or maybe another native seed. But you often see these things in the nurseries, these little lawn patch, and those are usually rye and fescue, and they don't grow here in the summer.
Yeah. You know what? We're talking about Bermuda as a desirable lawn grass. My column next week talks about Bermuda as a undesirable, very difficult to control weed, and especially in our vegetable garden and flower gardens. It prospers in those situations. The good news is that there's a number of herbicides that do a pretty good job that are that you can use in shrubs or in the broadleaf situations, flowers, to control the Bermuda grass or the other grassy weeds, but it does not hurt those the plants that I mentioned.
Yeah,
now, the one thing you can't do is use it usually in the vegetable garden.
Correct. You do mention it and things to do this week in the garden. You mentioned some of those herbicides, Post, Fusilade, Grass Be Gone. But you do have to look at the label because they are not to be used a lot of them are not to be used in the vegetable gardens.
You know, did I mention in this article too about the one that it's really herbicide that really fascinates me is sedgehammer. Just amazing. You go into Millburgers here and you look at it. It's a little cardboard one package.
Yeah.
And in there is the active ingredient in a little plastic container, and there are the instructions, and that's all it is. It's just by barely.
Yeah.
And
but what do those instructions say?
They
really
say mix in 1 gallon of water and apply to the foliage. Do not store. Have to mix it all and apply it all. And it's not inexpensive. It's about $30 per that one package. But I'll tell you what, that really works. It's amazing. And that you can actually apply in the like the rose garden.
Yeah.
And
which is infamous for having. What are we talking about? Nutsedge in there.
Nutsedge, yeah.
I know, in the rose garden, it's almost invariably in there. And because you're trying to create this nice habitat for all these roses and everything, the nutsedge just loves it in there. So.
And the nutsedge is a hard weed to control by pulling because it's got little nutlets.
Yeah.
I call them bulbs, but I guess they call them nutlets. And they you pull out the green part, and the nutlets stay there, and so you, instead of having one green part, you'll end up with 3 new ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the sedgehammer, within a couple weeks, has taken action on the green part of the weed that is there. The growth is stopped; it's browning, and not only does it kill the top, it kills the roots down to the area, and does a pretty good job of controlling the nutlets. So that's an amazing product. You may, if you've got a real problem with the nutsedge, you certainly want to give that sedgehammer a try. Easy to follow instructions, very effective, and get a wide range of control. But again, Mark made the point, and that's important. On all these, you want to review the label instructions. The instructions are the law, but also they are what makes your use of the product effective and protects the plants you're trying to protect too. So this is a good time to treat for. The Bermuda grass is just growing strong in the vegetable garden and flower gardens, but you can't use it there. Actually, check the labels because some of them you can use. Yeah, that's right. Flusaflop.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So the Fusilade and Post. Read the label on that. Grass be gone. I'm not sure of.
Yeah, you can't.
So we used it more in forestry practices, the Post and the Fusilade. So I'm a little bit more familiar with that. It's pretty much the same ingredient, but it may be formulated in such a way that you can't use it for one setting versus another setting.
But they certainly are using those herbicides and following the instructions, using them effectively. Certainly easier than trying to pull Bermuda grass out of a vegetable garden or the nutsedge out of the rose bed. So. Give it a try.
Yep.
Works well.
It works well. Some other items we have for sale here at Millburgers. 2 plants that are very well drought tolerant are the Mexican petunias and the Society garlic. Mexican petunias regularly $9.99, on sale $8.88. And the Society garlic, number 1, regularly $9.99.
Keep your
also
machete ready with the Mexican petunia.
I like the Mexican petunia in a pot or in a bed surrounded by the concrete or something like that, and because it can get out of control quickly. And but it is very beautiful. It's a dark stem with green leaves and this blue flower. It's very, very pretty.
Oh yeah,
the problem is
hummingbirds love it.
Yeah. Butterflies and hummingbirds really love it. The problem is it actually has the ability to what we call dehiss the seed. That is, it can explode the seed out at a distance.
And don't ask me where the first extension office was that I worked in.
Well, there was a couple of stories.
Yeah, because I don't want anybody to link it with the Mexican petunia that spread all over the neighborhood.
Yeah, explain that again. There was an experiment of Mexican petunias, or you were just looking at, or someone was looking at, it shall be nameless, to use this and promote this. And then things got out of hand rather quickly.
You could definitely tell which way was the prevailing wind. Because it went kitty corner across the streets and then behind the apartment buildings, and it was an anonymous. I changed my name.
It has a wonderful advantage of looking for bar ditches and repairing it. It has that wonderful benefit. It will look for that. It will find those places and then just keep moving right along.
Well, we mentioned again too that we do finally have some tropical milkweed here available at Millburgers. It's not blooming yet, but the foliage looks wonderful and rich. And if you are interested in providing some place for the migrating monarchs to lay some eggs on this April as they move through, then you can put those in place, and they'll meet the needs immediately. And then again, also the nectar plants, all those plants that we mentioned, the lantanas and ruellias, zinnias, salvias, plumbagos, all of them provide mist flowers, provide the nectar that the monarchs need to continue to fill up with nutrition and to continue their migration north into the Midwest and Canada.
So we had mentioned the tropical mist flower, and your classes.
Tropical mist flower.
No, milkweed. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, tropical milkweed, and in your classes you have the 6 native milkweeds in this area.
Yeah.
Now we have the tropical milkweed here. Are there other places that people can get? It's a leading question. I know the answer. Like for seed.
Gosh, yes.
So if they wanted to try seed for some of these other native milkweeds, where could they go?
Well, of course, they can go to our class in Floresville or our class in New Braunfels this month. But also the two of our Douglas King Seed Company, they're generally the one that provides the Zizoti seed, which is native south and west of San Antonio, and also in the Blackland strip up along Highway 35, or the place that's got all the other seeds is Native American seed, and they've got the green milkweed, the butterfly milkweed, the showy milkweed, the swamp milkweed, and the antelope horn. Mm-hmm. Now, the antelope horn and the butterfly weed and the showy have been the ones that have really been germinating this spring.
Okay.
And it's always a little different. Which one is going to do the best in terms of germination? But those are the other thing about Native American seed. They put out a catalog. I really don't like to call it a catalog because it's a information booklet as much as a catalog. that just lots of information on native plants and all the seeds that they handle, including the milkweeds. Good resource booklet on butterflies too. Photos of a lot of the butterflies, little descriptions and photos of the milkweeds that are involved, and then you can get them in various size packets. So good, really good resource. Also, we our friends at
Stonewall, Wild Seed Farms.
Yeah, Wild Seed Farms too. We generally have some of the milkweeds available.
So that's another source of milkweeds that you can plant in your garden. Stay tuned to this radio station for further information. As Calvin intimated, out of the 6 or 7 that we have that we can grow in this area, we're not quite sure which ones are the best for germination, largely because it varies year to year.
Yeah, we generally, Zodi and Tropical are, through the years, have been consistently the easiest to germinate and with the most transplanting success. This spring, it's been kind of a switch with the showy antelope horn and the butterfly weed. The swamp the swamp and the green usually do better in the fall than in the spring. But they're all excellent plants, and the more we can learn about them, the more success we can have in providing the plants that work best with providing egg-laying sites for the monarch butterflies.
Well, I'm excited to see how this season turns out. 210-308-8867. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We had an update from the staff here at Millburgers about their premium lawn and garden fertilizer. Just want to give a heads up that it is on sale. It is for sale.
Yeah, for sale, not on sale.
So it'll be for regular price here at Millburgers, just to give a heads up.
Yeah. But it's still a great product.
Yes.
Both Calvin and I love the formulation. It is 50% win, like we like to say. That is water insoluble nitrogen, which means a slow release, and 50% quicker release. But it also has significant component of iron and sulfur,
yes.
A lot higher than what you normally see in packages of fertilizer for this area. So, that are formulated for this area. So, I'd like to see that. We are. Now I'm going to have to say this correctly. So it's not that we're deficient in iron and sulfur, is that the plants can't obtain the formulations that we have in the soil. So this one provides it in a formulation which the plants can uptake.
And looking at the description, I see the 1959. What do those numbers mean?
Excellent. Yeah, because sometimes we just run through these things. 1959 stands for N, nitrogen, P, phosphorus, and K is potassium. Don't ask me why. Has to do with Latin somehow. But NPK, and we call that a complete fertilizer. These are kind of the things I teach student arborists. NPK is a complete fertilizer. There are 18 essential nutrients a plant may have, not only trees, but a plant must have. But those 3 are the most important ones.
Gotcha.
Right. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And the greatest of these is nitrogen.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But yes.
But that's a great question because a lot of times we just zip through these things because we've been talking about them for such a long time that sometimes people don't know what we're talking about on that. But that's a great question. NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Now, and each one of those have a unique role. General rules are just that phosphorus has to do with blooming, and potassium has to do with rooting, and so. But it doesn't apply to every plant that way. It's just kind of some general rules, and of course, nitrogen is very important in photosynthesis because it's a component of chlorophyll.
But yes, as we said, that it is for sale, but not on sale, the Milberger's fertilizer. Things we do have that are on sale: variegated ginger, values to $34.99, on sale $28.88. Also, we have citrus trees still available, starting at $59.99. And as we like to mention every week, up until it runs out, the CPS Shade Tree Energy Rebate is still going on until the end of April. And I believe citrus trees are a part of that selection.
They are. I don't think fruit trees. I think I checked the list on that, but not fruit trees, but citrus are.
Gotcha. But yes. And then also for sale, Texas sage, values up to $44.99, on sale 15% off. And I know my Texas sage at home, it's been blooming these past few days. I think with the humidity, chances of rain.
Now, I could never convince the former host of this show. Don't go down the trail. Don't go down the trail. It's just coincidence.
It's coincidence. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I mean, there's times where I've heard, if it's blooming, that means it's going to rain, but...
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe it's blooming because
we may get a phone call. That would be kind of fun.
Or the humidity is high, I guess.
True.
Yeah. You know what? I've seen so many coincidences on that. Yeah, I'm slowly coming to believe there's something that has to do with that.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know what. I don't know what the mechanism is. It has to be humidity and pressure. Somewhere along the line.
I'm sure that it's affected by the geography of the plant, the wind, how much sun it gets, and a lot of factors figure in the degree of bloom and the timing of the bloom. But I think it's hard not to accept that there is a close relationship between the humidity and the rain and the blooming. Yeah, but it's otherwise it's a great plant. Drought tolerant. Deer don't eat it.
Extremely drought tolerant. Deer don't eat it. Has a lovely flower many times out of the year.
Always amazes me that it's a native plant that you can actually prune and shape and still get the bloom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I always have issues with landscapers who over prune to the point they're shearing it and shaping it. But even it, just like you say, is like even when they over prune, it's still coming out with blooms. So it's a fantastic plant.
Yep.
And it comes in different shapes, or different sizes, different colorations. I mentioned the green cloud earlier today, but there's some varieties that are even more silver to the extremes. And then there's one that came out a few years ago that we had a few here called
Lynn Lowry? Lynn?
No. Microburst.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
That was your imagination.
No. It actually worked.
Yours and
Traces.
Yeah.
We loved it. We saw it at the
I'm sure
expo.
it really existed. Alex, have you ever seen it?
I've seen it. We had it here. It was called Microburst.
Microburst.
I think
and it was 30 inches tall and about 30 inches wide. And it had really tiny leaves and tiny flowers, but it was really, really neat. Now, they didn't sell a whole lot, and it didn't become a big thing, not at least not in this area. Out in Arizona and New Mexico, they're bigger selling product. But we have a great variety.
What is the one I like is the Lowry Legacy?
Lynn's Legacy. That has a kind of a lavender look to it rather than a purple. And
the first time I saw that was out at Mitchell Lake.
That's right.
Gosh, and
that was the first time I saw it, too.
I couldn't believe all the hummingbirds that were swarming around it. Was in bloom, and they loved it. It was a great plant for the nectar seekers. And it's an attractive plant and grew relatively fast. I still have one that does real well. So
I'm going to announce and see how fast the Milberger staff get a hold of it. They can listen up, and I'd like to know what varieties we have on hand here.
Yeah, quite often we have.
I know we have 4 or 5. Yeah, so and they could be different sizes as well as different leaf color.
And say, what did you say? That it's on sale at
yes, the Texas
percentage
15% off. Yes, and I'm reading about it. It says ideal for, I want to say it's xeriscaping, I believe is the word.
That's right. That's the exact word. But most people don't understand the concept of xeriscape. You do not have to have rock, people. There's no such thing as rock or a cactus in the xeriscape. It could be, but it's not supposed to have it in it. You see it all the time. You see these vast yards full of rock about the size of your fist. And they call it xeriscape, not xeroscape.
Gotcha.
But anyway, okay, I rant. Stop me. You have to stop me when I start ranting like that.
Gotcha. All right, but yes, so Texas Sage on sale, 15% off. We also have metal trellis and metal art, so that's including wind spinners, windmills, animal and plant figurines, and many more. 25% off here at Milberger's.
On an issue that's not always closely related to gardening, but we mentioned it in the column today, is if anybody has seen any purple martin action, give us a report.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't been talking about purple martins.
No, the last few years have been tough. We have at least one gardener that does keep us informed on his purple martin housing, but he has an elaborate system. I mean, he's got these screens and things to protect.
Does he have the crank that you can lower it?
Oh yeah,
and raise it?
Everything,
okay.
And he's continued to have success keeping breeding populations. I haven't had any breeders for 2 years now. I did put up one house. I've got about 6 or 7, but so far I haven't seen any purple martins move. My recommendation on the things to do this week in the garden is I think it's time to get those houses up and to be ready. Even if you haven't seen, if you're like me and you haven't seen regular breeders for the last few years, we need to be ready in case we get some of the remnants of the population that, even if we just get a pair or a couple pairs, and that'll start that population expansion again. But give us a report. What you've done, what kind of results you've had this year, if you've seen any purple martins.
Absolutely.
I kind of blamed all my lack of success for the last few years on my too many shrubs and trees in my landscape. They certainly, purple martins certainly like golf course, shoreline kind of situations better than they do thickets. They're a different kind of bird when it comes to that kind of most desirable. But as the gardener I mentioned reminds me that they'll still come to areas that have quite a bit of plants on them, and especially if we accommodate them with special little open areas where the martins can fly in there. It would be kind of interesting to see make an assessment of which purple martin areas are still successful, still have breeding populations, and which lost their breeders, and kind of see if we can figure out what characteristics the ones that have the most breeders still have. Mm-hmm. So let us know. Let's continue this discussion.
Absolutely. Let us know.
The next few weeks.
Let us know. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. While we wait for your call, we're going to take one last break for today. We're going to be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. We've got about 13 minutes left in our show for today, so give us a call, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. What was that bird y'all were talking about that y'all have been wanting to see more of?
Purple martin.
Purple martin.
And, we used to discuss this in February and March at length.
Yeah, March 1st used to be when we expected them to be there.
When we'd see the scouts, and when Calvin and I would discuss when we're raising the houses or putting on your gourds on the big pole for their houses. When to clean them out, get the sparrows out.
Describing the battles between the starlings and the hawks and the martins.
Yeah, don't like starlings. Or cowbirds. But we just don't talk about that. People don't bring it up, and I don't often hear about it in February. Usually we're talking about tomatoes and early crops, early spring crops.
Well, we'll have to see if we can't get a couple of get an assessment of what the situation is like in San Antonio with the martins, and then get a little discussion going again. See if we can gather the more information.
I have a sneaking suspicion, based on your yard, that I'd like to say a lot of yards a lot of landscapes in San Antonio are maturing. That is, the trees are getting bigger. The bushes are getting bigger. There's more shade throughout. And this relates to several questions we have. We're not hearing purple martin questions, but we're also hearing, well, what's wrong with my lawn? Or I can't grow these flowers anymore, or I have too much shade from my vegetable gardens. And I think it's just this natural maturation process that we're seeing in large parts of San Antonio that's raising these issues.
Could be. That's what I argued or discussed the last year, and I did have a couple of the, as I mentioned, folks that were successful continuing their breeding populations that disputed, said that I maybe was overstating that situation. and that the weather was a factor. We had some pretty serious disruptions in the breeding, and the successful maturing of the young. But we did have population. One of the things that happens is pretty early in the summer, or at least early in the fall, the martins assemble to make their trip south. I think about July 1st. So that is continued, but I don't recall how. I think the populations were not as large as we were used to in the past, but that's another thing we need to explore. So cool. And then one of the other big things was we used to give the purple martins credit for keeping the mosquito population in control, which they actually don't, as the dragonflies are.
Right. And so it was the same thing for bats. So back in the 19th century and early 20th century, bat houses were going to solve the mosquito problem, yellow fever, dengue fever. No, bats don't eat a lot of mosquitoes. It's a very small portion of their diet. And we say same things about the purple martins. But the main critters that eat most of the mosquitoes, dragonflies, damselflies. So do everything you can in your path to create more of those. Live water, maybe perennial plants. And I have to do. I wrote a couple of articles on this for the Saw's Garden Style newsletter. And I have to go back and look those up a little bit. It's a combination of water and flowering plants. What was that? Was that a mosquito?
I saw something flying around.
Okay.
I swatted a mosquito right when the show started, too. So
anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting story and topic that we need to resurrect, so that we can at least assess where it is and what has happened, and which direction is it going.
Well, I'm glad the show is almost over, because I am starting to get a little cold with this coming through. I'll be sure to bring a jacket with me tomorrow.
For the listening audience, you do have long pants on. You have
yes,
on, he's in a T-shirt.
Yes.
I.e., his arms are not covered.
I thought I'd be
Calvin
safe.
was the smartest one of us all.
Although I could use a heavier jacket too.
Is it supposed to be as cold tomorrow?
Let me find out.
I think it is. I think it's supposed to be cold throughout the weekend and into Monday.
Let's see. Tomorrow.
We're supposed to get rain again tomorrow. Although
that's correct. And so a shout out to everybody. Want to have rain reports. I don't trust anybody's. I don't trust the weather report from the airport.
A high tomorrow of 69, low of 52 tomorrow. So,
and a high of what? 69.
High of 69, and
it's
April.
about that now.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
Sounds like Michigan or Minnesota.
I was thinking about that. So before we went on, I was walking among the flowers and going, or the tables of flowers, and I'm like, hey, you know what? This is kind of like home right about now. Or maybe...
Yeah, it's currently 62 degrees right now. So.
62, so a little bit warmer tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, dark skies, wind, rain, misty. I feel like home.
Well, if we could get some
good rainfall.
Some real rain, like an inch over 4 hours.
I would love a rainy day.
Yeah.
A full rainy day.
That would be nice. Just to go through what we do have for sale at Millburgers again. I know we touched base on them throughout the show, but we have Coleus on sale, 8 for $12. That's in a 4-inch pot. Mexican Petunia and Society Garlic, both in a number 1, regularly $9.99, on sale $8.88. Viburnum, in a number 3, regularly $24.99, on sale $16.88. Begonias in a number 4 pot, regularly $179, on sale $8 for $12. The variegated ginger, on sale $28.88.
Now, you say the begonias are in a number 4 pot or a 4-inch container?
4-inch pot. Did I say number 4?
Okay.
Yes.
No, I don't think it.
Okay.
Do they call it number 4? Would be a 4-gallon.
Number 4 would be the new term for the old 4-gallon.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, so a 4-inch pot for the begonias. Citrus trees starting at $59.99. The Texas sage, which is on sale for 15% off.
And we'll need to check and see which
ones
I
we
think that's a
have.
good idea to see which selections we have.
We'll look to see what viburnums and sinizos we have.
Metal trellis and metal art, 25% off. The premium lawn and garden fertilizer, it's for sale. It is not on sale. It is regular price from what we've been told by the staff. And then empty green plastic hanging baskets with the hanger. The 10-inch basket, regularly $4.99, on sale $2 each. Forgot to mention that earlier. But yes, all that for sale, and we'll discuss more of this tomorrow as we have about 3 more minutes in our show today. Is there anything else we want to touch base on real quick before the end?
Let's see. Let's just remind everybody that we got a huge selections, a lot of choices of our classic shrubs. The discipline, the nandinas and the hollies, we'd mentioned the viburnums, but those shrubs that we like to use near our buildings that don't require a lot of pruning because they maintain their shape, they grow at the same rate. Boxwood is even included. So there's a lot to look at for those, and then some of those that we've kind of pittosporum.
That's the one I was going to mention. It's an old-fashioned plant, but you know what? It has a lot of benefits.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's a lot of character. I really like it. I planted several more in my landscape just because I love that kind of flowing growth along the ground, and then also the bloom period is the fragrance is very, very nice, and the insects and the hummingbirds like it, but evergreen, very attractive. Let's see.
So that's one. The other one to veer off on another angle is we can talk about vegetables tomorrow.
Vegetables, yeah.
Yeah, because we have a whole lot of peppers. And Calvin mentions that in his article, Things to Do is good time for okra, peppers, and eggplants, cucumbers, and green beans. I have green beans coming up, finally. So, but we have about 7 or 8 different varieties of peppers.
Yeah, and this is as soon as we get done with this cool weather, this will be pepper time.
Yeah,
but they're really doing well. The banana peppers are the ones that have been producing the most in my landscape. Hi.
All right, we got.
All right.
You want to be on the radio?
We're inside a minute. We're inside a minute right now. All right. Thank you again, everybody. Well, she can stay around. We're about to go off the air. Thank you again for listening. This is Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson with Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. We will see you tomorrow.